Okie dokie, here's a really simple deck list. Just this past weekend, I made day 2 at the NAWCQs. I was pretty happy about my accomplishments, especially considering it was my first major event with this deck. And yeah, I just wanted to share my branded list. So here we go. We're just going to run through it really fast because the main deck is basically just Nightfall's main deck. So if you want more explanations, just check out his channel. I feel like he's going to be better at knowing these things and explaining these things than I am. I will explain some choices that I would have liked to make, though. So one Nightmare, Tragedy, 3 Aliber, pretty standard. 3 Albaz, 2 Quem, 3 Shrouded, pretty standard. 2 Cartesia, you don't need a third, and you don't really want a third into this format. It's not about playing through hand traps anymore. It's about breaking boards. Merc, Kit, 2 Bystials. Biggest regret this weekend was not playing more Bystials, like more Sarniers or more Magnamuts, because just having the Bystials felt so great when no one was playing around them. They were doing all these wacky lines that someone had thought up, but didn't do anything against Bystials. So, branded spell traps, Shrouded, three fusion deployment, 3 opening. Ooh, this appears to have gotten out of order. 3 opening. Spirits, 2 red. If you play more Bystials, like I just said, please play 2 spirits, 1 red. I didn't have enough targets for spirits to play 2, so this felt pretty good. Red wasn't bad either. It's just like you want 2 of one or the other because they both feel really great as just power spells. So what you gonna do? Gold Sark, 1 lost. Lost is fantastic. 3 branded fusion. I did not resolve Lost much because the place where people chose to interrupt me was Bestial Rebellion. But whenever Lost did resolve, oh, was that game over. Going first, text called by Talon's Thrust with its respective fusion duplication. That's it. 2 talents is a bit unnecessary with 3 thrusts, but I just like talents, man. Every time I resolve talents, the dopamine flows through me. Anything else? Oh yeah, the actual cool cards here. 3 breakers, 3 different breakers, 3 even different breakers. These top ones felt great. These bottom ones didn't feel great. I would replace this with Eclipse and Droplet and just side evenlies. Evenlies felt great, but like you go first, you draw evenly, you're like, yikers, that is not the card I wanted to see. Or you go second, you draw 2 evenly, you're like, oh, that's pretty good. But you go second, you draw evenly on a Bystial, and you're like, oh, just not a good way to play this. And then you see the perfect Bystial opportunity too, so that evenly is just dead. Extra deck is solved. Draco's Stapelia. I hate this card. It didn't feel great. It felt terrible. But you know, I don't have another target for it. For Cartesia to fuse off Mirror Jade right now, so I guess it's Draco's Stapelia until I can find one. 2 Granguignol. I guess Granguignol is a target. Uh, Titaniclad, Furious, Sanctifier, 2 Albion, 2 Mirror Jade, Guardian, Chimera, Rinbrum, Rebellion. This part is solved. these are 13 cards that we're not going to change until they ban Sanctifier or Puppet. So back to this. Quertus still feels great. Like they have to play around it, and it's so cool when you get to summon a Fallen of Albaz off of it because then that's just another Mirror Jade. Alba Lenidus, I love this card. It broke Fiendsmith Snake Eyes so easily because people weren't prepared for it again. And also, it just recycles all of your resources when used in combination with the Rebellion in these long Fiendsmithy grind games where they have all these infinite shuffleback resources. You get your unfair infinite shuffleback resource. Side, let's start with the good options. 1 Tikaboo, ignore that this isn't a Tikaboo. And 2 Fusion Duplication. Those were my going first options. Love them. Love them. 3 Droll. Love them. Like, Droll's a little birdie. God, these sleeves are so loose. 2 Bystials. I should have played more. I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, these were crazy. Like, they would make Sequentia link it into a Promethean princess because they were gonna use Des Arias to negate princess, and I just go, on Sequentia, and it's like that's game. That's game. Two Phantasme. I didn't have three, and I didn't feel like running around for one, but like three's probably optimal. It felt great. Like this card's so good, man. Draw two, put back one in a format where you have so many breakers. It's just woo. Some text here. Now here are the odd texts. Brightest blazing. This is terrible. Play back or removal. I wasn't prepared for skill drain at all. I thought I could play through it if people were even playing it. I was wrong. Uh, Two Dogwood. Honestly, I didn't hate this card, but like in lieu of actual side deck room, it probably should have been like Eclipses or something breakery. But Dogwood felt great because if you resolve it in game three, you win game three. Like they can't do anything. They either stop playing or you win. So like, what you gonna do? Masquerade. Maybe this with Dogwood was overkill, but this card didn't actually feel that great because you have to go first to set this up. If you go second, this is a dead card in your deck, which is it. And One Day of Peace. This card felt great. Played against like 5 Tempais. Just folded every single one of them. You just go, boom. What you gonna do now? They end on seals. You go activate Branded Fusion, win the game. So that's about it. I made it to day 2, then scrubbed out on day 2. I wish I could have played better day 2, but I was X2-1, so I wasn't making top anyways. My tiebreakers were absolutely awful. There's a bunch of Tempai players that I just kept misplaying against that also scrubbed out pretty early. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to the guy that lent me thrusts. Wish these sleeves weren't as loose.